got Cleveland and Houston. And the Astros, this thing is ballooned up to minus 215. The total in this game is 8. Going in this game tonight, as you guys might remember, yesterday I talked about this game with Garcia pitching against Plesac. Well, they did not throw Plesac. And that was what the play was all about last night. So they decided to throw Plesac tonight for some odd reason. So they threw a much better pitcher last night. So now you've got Plesac going against Valdez. Astros had a really off night last night, looked kind of lethargic, had a couple errors, which they usually don't do. And I know they've been in this 33-game stretch over 34 days. Not happy. Dusty Baker wasn't happy at all with the effort last night. Look for these guys to bounce back here tonight. And you got Framber Valdez going. Let me say this about Valdez. He's won his last 2. He's had 5 quality starts in a row. And Plesac hasn't won an outing in his last 4 times. So again, yesterday I was making that play against Plesac. So I'm making the play today against Plesac. If they're going to throw him out there, and I'm willing to take the run line in this game, I think the Astros are going to show up big tonight and blast these guys. Jeff, give me some thoughts on this game.
Yeah, that's how I would look at it. I mean, you kind of it's kind of been one of those. There was a pitcher earlier this year where he just kept getting postponed, and Plesac, we've talked about him, just not someone you want to back. In fact, you want to bet against him, especially against a team in Houston who was starting to figure things out a little bit. But I think this is more a play against Cleveland here. Houston has the best bullpen in the major league, so you can always depend on when Valdez comes out. They're going to have some success. Throw in the fact that the Guardians, I mean, this team is just atrocious against left-handed pitching, hitting just 205. I mean, slugging only 304. Just a really bad lineup. So you'd have to expect Valdez is going to have a good start here. And again, whether we actually agree they're the best bullpen in baseball, they have the lowest bullpen ERA. They've got some great numbers from a standpoint of just what they're doing. So I'm going to look at this and agree with you. I would lay a run line here as well. Houston's pitching staff is terrific, and the Guardians can't hit lefties. So,
yeah. Base winner.
Yeah, I've got the game price at minus 172. So if that would indicate a little bit of value on Cleveland, it's hard to get behind, as Jeff would say, Dan Plesac. But maybe he would be better in this spot.
Of course he would.
Maybe he would be better in this spot. But Valdez, I mean, gosh, do you want to lay that kind of wood on a 49% stuff plus guy? Well, Jeff brought some good points about this Houston bullpen up, and I thought it would be remiss of me to ignore this particular fact about the Houston bullpen. In swinging strike percentage, the Houston bullpen is rated number 1, a 14% swinging strike rate. And I thought that was pretty impressive. The other numbers aren't as good. Hard hit per 9, they're 12th in baseball, and they're 16th in baseball in expected walk rate. But if you look at the whole Houston bullpen, they are 10th. However, Cleveland's whole bullpen, based on those swinging strike numbers, hard hit per 9, and expected walk rate, they're 9th in baseball. So for me, it's a no play. I'm going to be rooting for you, TC. I hope that Houston can get it done here.
Yeah, I don't think the bullpen's going to come into play here at all tonight, guys. The Astros could put up 13 runs tonight. It could be one of those bust-out games tonight. Again, when you have Plesac on the mound against Valdez is going to go innings. Okay, the big concern with Valdez was his control, but he's gotten over that. He's been pretty sharp. Again, 5 quality starts in a row. And again, I like the matchup against the Guardians, with the lefty with Valdez. So now I think this is again, I'm always leery about laying a run and a half, but in this situation, I'm not worried about it. I don't think the bullpen comes into play tonight, guys. So lock me in with the run line on the Houston Astros. Big bounce back for them tonight. They rarely have 2 bad performances in a row. So,
just want to throw one thing out, just to people to understand. I mean, Houston is an absolute wagon on the under. I mean, 32-11 through 43 games. That means that 74.5% of their games have gone under the number. That is a wild number. I mean, that's the highest by wide margins. I mean, Detroit's the next best under team at about 8% lower as far as unders are concerned. So this is a really good under team. That could be the best bet every game of the season.
Well, it's an interesting number, Jeff, and I think that one of the things that goes into this number, and this is one thing I was looking at the numbers before the show, defensive runs saved, and this is a baseball information solution number. They have 32 defensive runs saved in 43 games. So they're close to a run a game they're saving defensively. And that's pretty amazing. And that might explain why a guy like Jake Odorizzi is having such good success, because he's just like, I'm just going to throw it up there. These guys will run under it and catch it wherever it goes. And so that's, I mean, if you give the other team, you're saying, I'm taking a run away from you just off the top with my fielding, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a great point, guys. And there's two guys you can really circle that are responsible for that. And that's Kyle Tucker in right field for the Astros and Jeremy Pena at shortstop. Those two guys by their position are number one in saved runs. So yeah, Astros are a tremendous defensive team. They work really hard on that every day. You go to an Astros game and you see these guys work like nobody else. I mean, you know, you get Pena and Altuve that are turning to, and when Correa was there, I mean, these guys, yeah, they work hard on situations and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I did think, you know, the Astros are a great under team for their pitching, like you talked about, Jeff, but their offense, as we know, they've been winning a lot of 3-2 games and 4-2 games, that sort of thing. But they do, you know, are known for busting out with runs. And like, that's why tonight I wouldn't advocate that, because I think they're going to get the over by themselves tonight. So I know it's a bold statement, but I just think that the bats come out big tonight. So we'll see. All right, let's.